Hi, Dawn. I am so happy to be here with you today and excited that you are one of our main stage speakers at the Empower and Elevate conference, which is in 18 days. I cannot believe it is coming up so fast, but I'm so excited to be in that room with so many women that are just there to cheer each other on and learn and collaborate and just spend the day together. It's going to be wonderful. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody what it is that you do and why you do it.
My name is Dawn Stebbing, and I am a voice and visibility strategist. And I work with high achieving women who have ever felt overlooked and undervalued to become unforgettable. And I do that by aligning their style, their voice, and their presence so are seen, heard, and valued and become the powerful women they're meant to be.
I love that. That is just, it's so perfect and so needed because I think a lot of times we are great about cheering each other on and singing each other's praises, but maybe not so much of our own. And I love that you've seen that need and that you are helping women with that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I hear that a lot. And when you say there's such a need, I'd love to hear from you. Like, what need do you see out there that needs to be presented to these women? I mean, when I say that, I hear that all the time. And I'm curious when I ask this question back at you and other people, I'll say, oh, there's such a need. What's the need?
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you asked. And I think the need is I don't know if you were raised this way or not, and if it's just like our age type of thing. But it was you didn't brag about yourself. You know, you weren't if you talked about yourself highly or what you've accomplished or whatever, it was considered bragging and bragging was rude. And so I still have that playing in the back of my head and I think a lot of people a lot of women do because we're a lot of times I'll hear people say, "Oh, I was, in fact, I used this example last week, but I was with somebody at the Women 360, and she was talking about how she's getting ready to go out on her own. She's still at corporate, getting ready to go out on her own, and that she has, she's published two books, but she's self published. So she kind of like put herself down because it wasn't like, whatever the big publishing companies' names are. And I told her, I was like, don't do that. Don't, minimize. You've written two books, girl, and that's a big deal. And so I think that, and like even being a stay-at-home mom for so many years, which was my dream job, that's what I wanted to do. Um, when people would ask me what I did, it would be, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And so
yeah.
I diminished myself, even though I was in my dream job doing exactly what I knew in my life I needed to do. But it felt like, it wasn't like, I'm a stay at home mom.
Right, right. Well, no, I agree with you. And I hear that too, by the way. And thank you for clarifying what you thought it was and how you looked at it. And you're right, we all do. We all have in our age group have diminished ourselves, where we were told to look good and just keep your mouth shut and don't speak up and don't speak out and all this other stuff. I have never been that person. I've always had a voice. I've always spoken up and I've always said my piece, maybe not always in the best way. However, that was something I've learned throughout my years is how could I communicate in a better way without being so in your face and loud and like
Yes.
I hate you type of thing when you can say it in a different way. So you're right. When it is about helping women stand in their own power by actually not apologizing for who you are today. And we were all born in the womb just like a men were, so to speak,
Right.
right? So, I mean, we all come out, we're all equal at one point, and then all of a sudden we grow up. Boys are boys, girls are girls. But when women were treated like that years ago, it's hard to break that mold, especially when they got into the corporate world, because a lot of women, never spoke up and never asked for raises, or and if they did, they got pushed down. I mean, I remembered when I asked for a raise one time and I got like a 10-cent raise, and I'm going, that's it. I'm going, what? I mean, I'm doing a lot of work here. So it's really
Yeah.
about, I think, how you ask, how you present yourself, the work you do, and you're right, stop diminishing yourself as a mother. I mean, that is an accomplishment in itself, and a huge one, because our kids need to have a role model to follow. We need to
Yes.
teach them values. We need to help them grow. That right there is a job in itself, and you should never
Right.
diminish being a mother, because it's raising your kids and being that role model for them. And as you are a role model for them, that helps you have the strength to go out and continue your career when you're ready and when your kids are growing and you're moving up in your business and stuff. That's if you choose to. Never ever diminish who you are as a mom. I mean, we're all moms. A lot of us are great. Let's let's continue just owning that and being and proud of it too at the same time. We all have
Exactly.
families that are not the greatest and families that are. And it doesn't matter who you are, you did the best you did
Yes.
when you were there. So,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So, tell us a little bit about what you are going to be speaking about at the conference. Don't give it all away, but just give a little bit of tidbits.
Sure, sure. Well, I'm going to be speaking about the visibility code, how to unlock your presence, power, and profitability. And in this segment that I will be teaching on is really helping you step into who you are in the best way you possibly can, and not apologizing for it, and helping you understand and see that you are a person, and you have values, and you have goals, and you have strengths, and you have it all inside you, and it's up to you to take that and move forward with it. But I also help you do that in a way where it comes out appropriately, not this brash in your face type of a person. I'm not kind of fond of that in my way. For me,
Right,
I'm not
yeah,
fond of that. Some women can cuss and swear. I mean, I can probably do that too, just like a truck driver myself. However, I don't think it's appropriate in my business. So I just don't. It's not something
right.
is what I choose to do. And I'm excited to speak to the Empower and Elevate. I've been waiting a year. Actually, I've been sitting in the seats for a couple
Audience,
for
yes.
2 years now, probably, and going, gosh, I need to be up there. I want to be up there, and it's my turn. So I'm excited to be there and speak to this group.
I love it. I love it. So what is it what was your experience, or what has been your experience over the last 2 years of attending? I mean, being there as an attendee, because it's gonna be a little bit different for you, I think, being there as a presenter.
Yeah, yeah, it will be, and I don't know what that's going to look like, but it's going to be different.
It'll be
I'm
great once you're done speaking, I'm sure.
not, right? I'll be in the seats, but what I've experienced is the community, and when you walk in the door, it just feels so inviting, and we're all there to help each other. We're all there to make good connections and to be around like-minded women that support us. I do not join a group if I don't feel welcomed. I do not join a
Oh,
group if I don't feel that somebody's got my best interest either. And it's welcoming people in the door, and also creating this camaraderie of like minds. We're all in the same boat, or we're all have been in that same boat somewhere in our life. And if
yes.
we can help one person in that audience, or if we could connect with one person in that audience and guide them or mentor them or do something like that, we're a better person for doing that. And I just love the way it was always set up to we do a little bit of networking. We have our speakers. We have the champagne wall. At the end, we have the little reception. We have the vendor tables where you can go up and meet different people. And it's really about sharing and being, I think it's a very inviting, comfortable experience where you don't have to be afraid to walk into that room and wonder if you feel like you're there or not, because I think everybody belongs there. Everybody,
Absolutely.
doesn't
Yes,
matter who you are.
exactly. Thank you. You summed it up really well. That's exactly how I felt the first time that I attended and have just kept, the first time I attended, I don't remember exactly when it was, which one it was, but I haven't missed one since just because of that feeling that you get and the women that are there to support and everybody that is coming is there to talk to somebody. It's not like, oh, they don't want to talk to me or or they're doing the same thing I'm doing. It's no, let's come together. Let me help you on your journey because I'm either in that journey with, right now, or I want to be mentored, or I've walked it. Let me help you so that you don't make the same mistakes that I made. And, and shorten that gap, to where you want to go. And so I absolutely love that. So do you do one-on-one coaching? Do you do group coaching? How are your programs set up?
Well, right now I do one-on-one, and I have a couple programs that I work with people on. Moving into some group coaching by next year. I always wanted to do that, just never did it yet, but that's my goal. Expanding, expanding. But yeah, I think the one-on-one is more personable. And when
Yeah.
you do group coaching, I don't like DIY, so I do the group coaching myself. It's not a
Yes.
DIY thing. I'm just not
Right.
a fan of it. And the reason why is because I like to be held accountable. And I like to hold my
Yes.
clients accountable, because you don't pay somebody to help you to get to where you want to go by doing it yourself. You want
Right.
you really want to be held accountable so you know and get it done and you're on the right path. And that's
Yes.
philosophy. But I mean, I'm not, whoever does DIY, that's their thing, but it's not for me.
Right. No, that's good. And there are some people that are self-motivated and, and that works great for them. And there's others of us that we need somebody to say, "Hey, you said you were going to do this last week. Did you actually do it?"
Mhm.
And so I think it's fantastic. And I think too, with confidence and your own style, you need somebody else's input to, because we might think we look great
Right.
in something and but it might not feel, or vice versa. We might have this outfit that looks fantastic, but we feel completely uncomfortable in it. So having that feedback and having that second person to say, "Oh, have you thought about maybe doing this or trying this?" And just having, somebody that has expertise and has an eye for that
Mhm.
is, I think, just invaluable. So how can people get a hold of you?
Well, I'm all over the internet. So, I mean, really, if you just Google my name, Dawn at dawnstebbing.com, or Dawn at dawnstebbing.com is my website. Dawn Stebbing, you can reach me at dawn at dawnstebbing.com, and 651-307-0342 is my phone number. And I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram under my name.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. Well,
Very
thank you.
easy.
Yes, that's great. Well, no, it's because I've talked with some gals that maybe are just starting to launch their business or they're rebranding or whatever. And so they have maybe their old business name tied to their Instagram. And so I think it almost makes it easier unless you have a super common name to use your name.
Sure.
So thank you for your time. And I am so excited to see you in just 18 days. And if you want to get a ticket for the Empower and Elevate conference, there are still a few available. You can get them at empowerandelevateconference.com. And if you use the promo code Empower, you can get your ticket for $47. So excited. Thank you, Dawn. You're amazing. And we will see you soon.
Yes, I can't wait. See
I
you
know, me
then.
either. It's going to be great. I have to edit this last